to get the run around. I've been doing this since I had to work at mama house. Tear it down, tear it down, tear it down, tear it down, tear it down. Everybody eating, it's a party, wanna come to time. You can bring your mama, daddy, sister, and your cousin out. Everybody wanna kill the king, like shit, wanna take the crown. I can see through it like a stomach with a other sign. When I hit the gas, I be going like 100 miles. They be getting tired, running out like 100 house. All up in my business, real nose like a bloodhound. I'ma throw them off like I'm standing on a picture mound. All they do is look at Instagram while they sit around. Hate me in real life, but you liking pictures now. Oh, everybody acting different now. Finally trying to see what I be on. Got a different style, they be at the brand new when they know I've been around. Got a fake smile on your face cause you've been inclined. I can say a lot.
It was a common sight in the 80s and 90s. Not quite as frequent since, but it's back. Playoff football in the Bay Area here at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Tonight we continue with Wildcard Weekend with what should be a great one between the Detroit Lions and the San Francisco 49ers. Winner go home is the mantra, and off we go. We're underway in this NFC Wildcard game. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25.
Come on, set!
First play's a run with Nwangu. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
They go jet sweep here with Williams. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. Give him 8 yards there. Still a few inches to go, though, as it'll be third down at about the length of the football. An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches. Up the middle, Nwangu. And this will wind up a Lions first down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line.
Good running right there. And this is a man who was a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances. And he picks up nice yardage on that one.
You ready? Leo!
Back to Nwangu again on first down. And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41. And now they'll throw it with Lawrence. And that's to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a first down.
First drive of the game. We did see this in practice, didn't we? Because they allowed us to stay and watch and see what their opening script would be, even though we don't know the exact play calls. That looks a lot like what we saw them execute, doesn't it?
It really does. And in practice, it wasn't about a lot of big shots on that opening drive. They wanted to put together a series of plays, sustain it. They've done that. The defense now on their heels a little.
That they are. And you know what else is happening now? They're gaining information. They're gaining knowledge about how the defense is planning on playing them. So not only are they being successful on this drive, they're filing things away for future drives in this game.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. Here's Lawrence to throw. He He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 18. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. On the toss, here's Nwangu. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Well, this has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a 2nd and 14. And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. From the gun, it's a give to Montgomery. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Fred Warner. And the Niners are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover.
And certainly, look, you're on the road in the playoffs. That is a suboptimal start, opening drive INT.
And, partner, sometimes I wonder, do these teams talk about it to such an extent that maybe you almost talk yourself into the turnover when you're trying to avoid it?
Yeah, maybe they get a little too worried about keeping the football, and then you give it to the other team right off the bat. And look, we said it on the road.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Cameron Sutton. A great pick, nice return, but you know he's just beating himself up inside for not getting all the way in.
No doubt about it, because he had visions of end zone in his mind. Going to be the total hero. But we did see there the emphasis on is not just good enough.
And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown.
The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Lions will strike first here in this wild card matchup.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
Returning from his end zone is Ray McCloud. And ultimately he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
17.
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
Lance and company going on 4th down.
The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. 4th and 2. They got it. That was kind of that gray area. Is that a feel thing, whether you go run or pass there offensively?
I think it's a feel thing. It's a tendency thing about what you like to do yourself on offense, as well as knowing how strong they are against the run on defense. Got to make a decision, and they made the correct one.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Off of play action, here's Lance. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
On play action, Lance. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 27-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Meanwhile, Lance's throw caught by Gray. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. The Lance going to throw. Dancing to his left. And this is caught at the 8. Touchdown! Deebo Samuel from 19 yards away. And the 49ers are an extra point away from drawing level. Gold with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Nwangu now from his end zone. And a less than desirable return as he's out of bounds at the 15-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they haven't had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
Now a dump off here complete. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too.
On the ready.
49ers have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for 3rd down. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 14 and a 1st down for Detroit.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge.
On first down, they'll run with Nwangu. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play, second down.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains, that means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
Play action. It's Lawrence. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga. Well, certainly not his best throw that time, and not a good time to make it, Charles, when they were a nickel with 5 defensive backs on the field.
And that's exactly why you have those 5 DBs out there. You want extra speed on the field, guys who have ball skills and understand what the passing game can do, and gives them a chance to react and make a play on the football, and they take one of those away.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a third and about 5.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5.
To throw, it's Lance.
Buying time to his left.
Oh, Lance has it knocked free. The ball is loose.
But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
You can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around a lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. That's now a loose football. The ball comes out, and this is scooped up by the Lions. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And hindsight 2020.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown, so 7-7 the score as they begin 1st and 10. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. It was Jadeveon Clowney who got upfield for the stop.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Lawrence will throw.
And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. That was close to a big play. Just a little bit too far that he was led. He caught him but couldn't stay in bounds, Charles.
Yeah, I'm not very good at these sort of things, but I have to believe the farther you are downfield, the less your margin for error in throwing the ball, correct?
Yep.
Yeah, so they gave it a good effort there. Really tried, just couldn't complete it.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get them the football, but you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away, and it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. It's just a 30-yard punt that time, no return. And the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. On 1st down, this is McCaffrey.
And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. It's 2nd down.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Red cycle.
From the gun, it's Lance. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's their 2nd, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this 2nd quarter. We'll be right back. The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19. That's caught inside the 20. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Deebo Samuel with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the 49ers have moved out in front. And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on, so they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Taken at the goal line. And he's going to be out of bounds on the return. Not a great return. They'll start back around the 17.
We go set.
They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
On 3rd down, Lawrence. And that is incomplete.
I'll tell you what, these last couple of drives, much better from a defensive perspective. They gave up a touchdown on the opening drive, and then after forcing a punt on their last possession, it looks like they're going to get the football back again.
And they'll try and throw forward with Lawrence. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Jason Verrett. And the 49ers are going to take possession of the football. It's such a costly interception. Nearly a pick 6, but now they're so close they are knocking on the door for a touchdown.
And I never want to get on any team for being aggressive because that's part of what their makeup is, and oftentimes it's successful. But in this case, you've got to be selective about it and make sure you take care of the football. That interception almost cost them 6 points. Now their defense has to run onto the field, probably giving the quarterback a few side eyes along the way. They've got to see if they can stop a score.
On the ground, McCaffrey. And across the goal line, into the end zone. Touchdown, 49ers. Christian McCaffrey taking it in from a yard out. And the 49ers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Gould able to tack on the extra point. And it's now 21-7. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This take it in at the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
On play action, Lawrence. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And into the end zone, a pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. Gold with the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This fielded right at the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. The big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already. Now Lawrence. They'll set up the screen for Nwangu. Now the ball comes loose. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Set, ready, blue striker. Snap, red.
Now a play fake. Lance. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. That one goes for 24 yards. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Red, 52. Steel, black. Red, yellow.
Here's Lance to throw it. Back to Deebo Samuel for consecutive catches. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line. Lance looking to throw it. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20.
Let's go now. Light blue. Yellow.
Lance looks to throw again. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Here's Lance. Eluding the pressure right. Touchdown 49ers. Christian McCaffrey. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the 49ers continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Goal Gold able to tack on the extra point. And the rout is on here in this first half. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Taken at the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Only able to gain a couple there, and it'll be second down. They should have got more out of that, though. He was wide open.
I love how emphatic you are with that call because that's exactly what I was thinking. Wide open in the flat. Give him a ball that he can use to get upfield with, not just catch and go over the sideline. They cost themselves some yardage there.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
Off the play fake, here's Lawrence. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Fred Warner, and he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC Wildcard matchup as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they're in the position they expected to be in. They got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
But I think the key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the running a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working. But they run it more effectively, it may get even bigger plays in the passing game.
Well, they're going to get about 3 here out of this first down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they can actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Up the gut, McCaffrey. It's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. 42 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. McCaffrey running up the middle. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Throwing now is Lance. And this is going to be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good, but that's just a minor blip here in what's been a thoroughly dominating performance.
Yeah, 55 yards is anything but a gimme. You've got to really concentrate on your leg swing and proper technique. This time, though, he's unable to convert.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late. It wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
They go play action with Lawrence. And my goodness, another interception. And the Niners will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there still in the third quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. 18 yards, first down Niners.
Well, how many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice gain.
Lance's throw taken in by Samuel. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. So first and 10 now from the 30. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be second and 8.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Another run with McCaffrey on second down.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Throwing his Lance on third down. That's caught by Deebo Samuel. Touchdown, San Francisco. A great effort there. Saving his best for the playoffs with his third touchdown of the game. And the 49ers have taken a 5-touchdown lead. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
A third down now. Those last two plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put. And now here's another interception.
Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga.
And into the end zone. A pick six for